Now then, I love Stanley, our cat. He's a big part of the family, and I'd hate to think of him missing and not being around. But if you were listening yesterday, that's exactly as what has happened to Diana and Bill Webber from Nantwich. They say their lives were torn apart when their dog, Rufus, was stolen 9 months ago, as Diana explained.
About 10 to 3 on the Thursday, the 23rd of September, our little border terrier, who is an escape artist par excellence,
Right.
Followed a cat up a tree in our garden, half an acre of garden that we have fenced in. And we were too slow to catch him. So he ran up the tree, jumped into some cottage gardens, out onto the main road opposite the vets in Nantwich, Hillside Vets. So we went out to find him. And unfortunately, in the meantime, and it was only a matter of minutes, a couple in a blue Mercedes saw Rufus on the road as he'd bounced into the tyre of a little red car coming down to the house, only 100 yards from where we live. And this couple in the blue Mercedes stopped, picked Rufus up, checked he was okay. And in the meantime, a lady stopped in the lay-by opposite and saw this. And she went across the road and they said, "Is this your dog?" And she said, "No, it isn't, but there's a vet's here. They'll know who he belongs to. He's got a tag." So they said, "Oh, well, no, we'll look after him. You can go. We're dog people." And they got in the car with Rufus, and the last thing we know is they drove off with him.
So sad. Diana and Bill have tried everything. Posters, leaflets, searches, appeals on BBC Radio Stoke and in the Sentinel. So they turned to Animal Search UK, and Tom Watkins, the founder of the service, is now trying something a little bit different.
We're going to film a few shots of a dog like Rufus, which is why we need the look-alike, in a family environment with Diana in their garden, being given a bowl of food, just to give people a flavour of what Rufus looks like. We'll include some proper photos of little Rufus as well, and then we'll have a face-to-face or face-to-camera appeal by Diana and Bill, which will hopefully pull on the heartstrings, because they miss him terribly, and he is part of their family. There's no two ways about it. And then obviously we'll publicise our free phone number, rather like Crime Watch do, so anyone can ring us anonymously 24 hours a day and speak to one of our team in the UK who will take details about what that person knows, and that we don't have to even have their name as long as we get him back home.
So has a Rufus look-alike been found? Tom's back with us again this morning. Morning, Tom.
Good morning, John.
How have we done?
We've had a fantastic response thanks to the help that BBC Stoke provided yesterday. We've got a few photos to look at and check compared to Rufus. So we're in the process of doing that with William and Diana at the moment. Just to help people along a bit, we've made use of your Facebook page, the BBC Stoke Facebook page, and put some photos of Rufus on there. So we haven't yet got the definite look-alike we need, but there's a couple of possibilities in the pipeline. So we can kill two birds with one stone here. If your listeners can kindly look at the photos of Rufus to see if they know where he is, and to see if they know anyone with a very similar dog that we can use in our filmed reconstruction quite soon, please.
Yeah, I think poor old Diana and Bill, I think every time they come and do something like this for the next sort of half an hour afterwards, they're hoping to get the call to say, "I think I might know where your dog is." Unfortunately, we haven't had that as yet, but hopefully this reconstruction that you're going to put on YouTube and on the website will help.
Absolutely. It's never been done before. It's obviously attracting a lot of interest from both the public and the media, and that's the aim of the game. If we can get his photo and the footage of what happened that day back in September as widely publicised as possible, we maximise the chances of Animal Search UK helping to find Rufus and get him back to his mum and dad.
So just remind us what you're after, Tom, what you're looking for.
Okay, we need someone that owns a dog that's very similar to Rufus. They don't need to have an exact matching dog, but very similar, that we can use for some filming. It'll be very straightforward filming at the home of the Webbers, and showing the dog in a typical home situation to give people a visual idea of what Rufus looks like, and give them the impression and make them understand that he's a much-loved family pet and that we need him back. So we'll be using the dog for filming. It'll take a couple of hours. All expenses will be paid, and we'd be very grateful for anyone with a similar dog to come forward and offer some help in this way.
And he's a border terrier, isn't he?
He's a border terrier. He's unusual. He's unusual, but he's fairly long-haired, and his main body is black. His legs are tan or brown. So is his head. But you can see the photos on the BBC Stoke Facebook page.
Okay, terrific. That's our Facebook page. There's some photos on there. And animalsearchuk.co.uk is your website.
That's right.
You can phone 01432 761 406 from 9 until 9, or it's Animal Search UK, 4 Elm Road, Creedon Hill, Hereford, Herefordshire, HR4 7DR. Tom, thanks ever so much.
You're welcome. Thanks for your help with this, John. We hope to get some good news very soon for the family and for BBC Stoke listeners.
No problem.